I've dropped out of my PhD. I've cried so much over this decision to quit my PhD, because it's a stressful decision, not that I'm particularly sad about it. I'll get into all of that in a bit later, but moving on to doing OnlyFans and content creation full time, it's not just a career choice, it feels kind of like a gamble on the direction of my entire life. Some days I wonder if I'm making the right choice.
You didn't. You made the wrong choice, woman. You quit your PhD career, chasing your PhD to do OF.
When I open LinkedIn and I see the pages of all of the people who are my age, who already have 3 years into their careers and are climbing the ladder with senior level titles, it stirs something in me. I start to feel a twinge of jealousy.
Just wait. Just wait till you're 50. Just wait till you're 45, 50, and you're old and wrinkled, and you didn't put no money into your retirement. And you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm against women working. I'm going to be honest, right? As far as a Christian conservative, my wife don't work. She ain't worked in 15 years. But I said to say this. If you are going to chase a career and you are doing something in a, with PhD, whatever, right? You're a woman making money. I would think you'd want to make money long term. I would think you'd want to make money till you're pretty old or till, you're secure. Making content and doing it full time is probably one of the stupidest decisions I think anyone can make. I've said it before many times. Don't quit your day job to make content, especially in this day and age. Now, I don't know how much she makes. She might talk about it in a minute. But for her to quit her PhD, and then she's already regretting it, seeing people now in 3 years. 3 years, she's seeing people already surpass her, right? And she's jealous. Imagine when she's 45 or older.
Imagining what it would be like in their place. I've spent the last couple of years in grad school, whereas many of my colleagues from undergrad got jobs directly afterwards. So I guess I will always have those advanced degrees with me. But I can't say that I don't like the idea of wearing a polished suit and walking into an office where I have people working with me and working on a project.
She has remorse. She probably makes good money on OF, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to tell you this. I drive my truck, and I used to kind of have the thought process of, man, I love to do content full time and, get out of the truck. But man, I love jumping in that 18-wheeler and going hauling oil and making money. I love it. I honestly sometimes feel like making videos telling young men to not quit your job, to stay working because it's good for you to go work. Now, coming back here to the studio, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I don't want to come back here and make videos, and I do it only part-time. I want to be in there with my wife and my kids. But it's nice to go into a real job, be productive, make money, and kind of forget about the real world, right? I would say at the house, and not trying to say I neglect my family, but it is, how do I say it without sounding so throwed off? But it is nice to step away from my home, go and do something productive, make money for my family, right? And then come back to my family. It's like I don't know. I'm at peace when I'm at work alone in my 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? And I'm productive and I'm doing the right things. I'm providing for my family. Coming back here, y'all, in the studio, lights, camera, action, it ain't what you think it is. And then everybody hates you. Even if you're a nice person, they're not going to like you. Because everything you do when you make content, you're cringy. You could be the most serious person giving good advice. Someone's going to think you're cringy. Let's continue.
Or even the alternative route of becoming a professor and having students work for me, where I have my own lab and I teach my own course, and the thought of sitting with my team to come up with solutions to a certain problem, or even find something new, learn something new, and then applying that knowledge. And writing papers gives a sense of fulfillment,
That's what I want to say. When I'm in an 18-wheeler and I go work, it's like fulfilling to go do that kind of work, right? Go and work, be fulfilled, come back home to, my blessings, my house, my wife, my kids, and my dogs.
There's some sort of camaraderie in those environments and a structure that I think I'd enjoy. And of course, not to mention the outfits. I mean, come on. I have so many professional outfits that have never seen the light of day just because I have nowhere to wear them to. And of course, I keep buying them. And part of me wonders if I'll miss the chance to experience that life and that lifestyle.
You know she's having regret and remorse, y'all. Straight up. Why would she make this kind of video?
But then I start to think about some of the trade offs. Those same people whose lifestyles I thought I envied are tied to someone else's vision and someone else's pace. They'll spend their lives working for a company, doing things that they don't necessarily enjoy, and of course, without the recognition that they deserve.
There ain't nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. There ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Me being an entrepreneur, owning my trucks, sometimes I wish I was a company driver and I could just throw the keys at the mechanic and go home. I am the mechanic. I am the guy getting the mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with just having a 9 to 5. People make this idea of being an entrepreneur. It's so awesome and badass. There's some nights that you won't even know what to do. You'll be stressed out. Your wife be stressed out. To be completely honest, I'll be real honest. I've said it before in my videos. If I could have done it all over again, I probably would never buy my own trucks. I would have never got into, trucking. I would have stayed a company driver. My wife would have been less stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Tax time, everything all good. But my dumb ass wanted to be an entrepreneur. So sometimes it ain't always cracked up to what they try to make it seem to be, to have your own business. Sometimes it's better just to be a 9 to 5 employee, live your life and be content and just mosey along down the path of life.
Their work might win someone else fame and wealth while they stay in the background, expendable. They'll constantly worry about getting laid off, planning their lives around their salaries, budgeting to pay bills, and likely renting a place to live or being tied down to a
Wow.
30-year mortgage. Vacations are rationed and squeezed into limited paid time off days.
She's coping right here, y'all. Hell no, it ain't that bad. Trust me.
My path, on the other hand, is different. It's freer in ways that feel both liberating and, to be honest, a little terrifying.
Blink if you're okay.
I'm no longer bound by the expectations of an academic institution or the constraints of a corporate office. I can comfortably wake up each day and decide what I want to learn, diving into topics that genuinely interest me and not just those deemed important by a funding agency or a company's bottom line.
You think so until you just sleep in every day. Then you start missing videos that you ain't dropping. You got to treat this content creation like a business. I'm not saying she's not, but anybody listening to me, don't think you're going to make content full time. You're going to quit your job and just do this and it's going to be all hunky dory. This is basically a job, y'all. You got to wake up. You got to be consistent. You can't always be focused on being motivated. You just got to remain consistent. And it ain't easy. Like I said, you think it's cool, wake up whenever you want and film whatever you want, learn. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It don't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be consistent in this. You got to treat it like a job if it is your job.
And when it comes to research, I'm no longer bound by the pressure to publish for the sake of tenure or grant applications. I can write papers independently, not because I need to meet a quota, but because I genuinely want to contribute to something. Everything that I create will reflect my own ideas, my own creativity, and my own ambitions. And of course, the best
Is she talking about content? Because I'm going to be honest with you. You can't make content that you just really want to make if you want to be successful and make money. You have an audience that wants certain kind of content from you. And if you're an OF lady, we know what that is. So no, you don't just get to come on here and make any content to your heart's content. You got to make content that people want to consume.
part is that everything I build will be entirely my own. I'm not contributing to someone else's legacy or bottom line. I'm building my own brand and my own future.
And what at the expense of what? No shame. Your kids are gonna see you later on, a video or something. God forbid.
And all of the effort that I put directly benefits me. The rewards are mine to enjoy. For example, although my OnlyFans has been a side project while I pursued my PhD, I've been able to make over $1 million. With that, I
Whoa. Now I didn't know it was a milli. Damn, okay.
helped my family pay off their mortgage, I bought myself a car, and thankfully I avoided taking out any student loans. Now I have an investment portfolio and I'm planning on buying my own house soon.
Man, this ain't fair, y'all. Not to say, hey, change my tune. Hey, I guess that's the beauty of America. You can have a bunch of perverts that watch you, and there you are with $1 million paying off your mama's house note, and ride off into the sunset. So I guess I can't hate on her, even though it's not. I don't believe it's moral, but if you're consenting adults and you make content for other adults and whatever, blase blase. But damn, a milli, whoo, that ain't chump change.
So all of these achievements are just reminders of the tangible rewards of carving my own path and the freedom that comes with it. But even with this freedom, I am genuinely terrified. I fear not having that external competition, no one to measure myself against, and that it will make me complacent. Will I push myself enough without the pressure to outperform others? And of course, there's also the opposite case, that my drive for more will take over. What if I never feel satisfied, always chasing that next milestone, the next goal?
Yup.
Will I lose sight of myself and values in that relentless pursuit? Of course,
I give her props. I like where she's going with this. You know, she's not just sitting here giving a lot of fluff. She's asking questions, and she's speaking to herself right here, and she got valid points. I think about it myself, right? Like I said it before, like most YouTubers I see, are they really happy? I don't think so. Are content creators really ever happy? I mean, I do it basically part-time. It's almost like a full-time job, but man, it's not easy like everybody thinks it is to make content that's successful and goes viral and does numbers and makes money. It can become stressful. And I'm going to be honest, especially if they hate you. As of late, I've gotten a lot of success, exposure. I've gone viral, and it ain't always good to go viral for certain topics and stances. I'm hated. You know what I'm saying? I get recognized everywhere I go. So it does suck. There is a trade-off. Yeah, I make thousands a month off all my platforms. I put a lot of time into this and effort. And then my stance is being so bold. I'm so solid in what I stand for. People hate it, and they end up hating me. This is how it is.
want to enjoy the life I'm building and feel the rewards of my labor, not just keep pushing forward endlessly. Then there's also the fear of settling. What if I get stuck in a place that feels just right but not great? What if I accept less than I know I'm capable of? And what if, in trying to avoid that, I push myself into something that I'm not entirely comfortable with, forcing myself to fit in a mold that doesn't feel natural? It's overwhelming, but when I look at the bigger picture, I know I'm better off than most people my age, or even those that are far older than I am. That's part of why I chose to leave academia. Just for some reference, a professor in the US earns around $100,000 on average, but the job isn't what most people imagine it to be, or at least it's not what I thought it would be. Instead of spending their time diving into research or contributing to new ideas in the field, most of their energy is spent writing grant proposals and fighting for funding, which, based on my first-hand experience working with several professors, these funds often go to those at more prestigious universities, regardless of whether they're more qualified. Additionally, their students often do majority of the hands-on work, and the professor acts more as an administrator.
And we're going to wrap it up right there, ladies and gentlemen. This woman right here leaving her PhD journey to become or be a OF creator. Now, again, I'll just say this. I never recommend anybody to do content full time. Now, she made $1 million, so, you know, that's different. I'm not making $1 million on here. I think it's good for a man to get up and go to work, straight up. I don't even know if I'd want to be a full-time content creator, to be honest. Because like I said, it's fulfilling to jump into that 18-wheeler and go make money for my family, you know? And I think whenever you make content, it could become kind of weird as far as, you know, you're earning the money, but do you really feel like you're earning it? And of course, yeah, you're going to say, yeah, I put time and effort. Yeah, like I do too. But are you really earning it? Yes, you are. But are you? Point is, when I go jump in that 18-wheeler, I know I'm earning my money. So anyways, there she is, y'all. I'll put the video in the description. Tell me what you're thinking about it. Smart idea or not. I ain't gonna lie. If you're already, you know, doing PhD, you know, curriculum and you're already in that field, oh, it'd be a hard push to do content full time, especially OF. And then, but then again, you're making $1 million. So kind of rough there. Again, I don't recommend anybody going full time with content unless you're making $1 million, I guess. So this woman right here, here's her video, y'all. Tell me if you liked it or not. And I'm out of here. Later.